And just like that, it was over. So yes, Michael Patrick King and Sarah Jessica Parker have both like announced at the same time that this is the last season of And Just Like That, the sequel to Sex and the City. It's kind of surprising because this, just comes as a surprise. They finished filming the season a little while ago. They announced that Michael Patrick King said, well, as I was writing the last episode of the season, I kind of thought this would be a good place to end the series. This was a good place for the series to end. So somehow we wrangled the money for 2 extra episodes, extended the season by 2 episodes, and did a 2-part final episode for the series. This is a surprise because the series has been very popular. It's been very successful. A lot of course, people hate it because people hate everything. That's this whole industry's, YouTube, the internet is all based on people hating things and having to complain about things and argue about things. So of course there's people who hate the show. And there are always people who had issues with the show because it was progressive. And it's still progressive. So the same sort of people are still attacking it, decades later. And it's been fairly disappointing and petty to see how many people are just hating on it because, it's got people of colour, it's got gay people, it's not straight white conservative, which the show never was. So of course these people weren't really expecting it to be. They just want to complain about something. But the show's been doing really well, and the 3rd season started up and it's been doing really well. And I was surprised to hear it was ending because normally when a show's doing well, they don't end it. They sometimes do once it's sort of ran its course, but that usually takes years and years and years, not 3 years. So I'm quite surprised that they're ending it where they're ending it. Now, as far as her story goes, Carrie's story, I was wondering where it would go because she found Mr. Right, got married, then he died, and I was glad because I never felt like that ending was hers, like that she just sort of got to be happily married, happily ever after with the perfect guy. It just seemed like a fairy tale. It didn't seem real. So I was happy when he died, and I thought, well, great, she can go back to just being a single, independent woman who runs her own business and just gets to live her life and explore her life and not just sort of be this wife in this institutional sort of role. I sort of thought, well, that's going to be good. That'll be fun to watch, just see her live her life. And then she goes running straight back to Aiden. I'm like, well, I guess they had to explore that because he was the other option back in the day. But if she ends up with him, it's going to be boring. If she doesn't end up with him, then what else is there? She's just going to be a single girl sort of exploring her life, and not sort of giving over to that sort of stereotypical institutional sort of, fairy tale happy ending. So I'm guessing that's what's happening in the show, that it won't work out for Aiden, or maybe they live happily ever after, or it doesn't, and she's just sort of free and single again, and that. The fact she got rid of her apartment and moved into it, it's like she had this perfect single girl life, and then she sort of gave into the idea of the husband and the everything and moved to the big apartment and all this, which never really felt like her. And then he died, went away, she went back to that, felt like she was back to herself again, and then she sells that and moves to another house to sit and wait for Aiden, who's raising his kids from somewhere else. I'm like, no. But I guess they have to give her something to do to learn, that this is not where she should end up. So I was sort of wondering what was going to happen because I haven't been watching the show because, not that I don't love it, I've got the first 2 seasons on DVD and I watched them both week to week on streaming. But I was just really busy and I thought, what, I'm just going to wait until it's 4 episodes from finishing, and I'm just going to sign up to whatever service is on, and I'll marathon the first 6, 7, 8, however many episodes, and then I'll just do the last 4 episodes week to week. So I get to sort of have a marathon and sort of do the week to week, because the week to week is fun as well, and reading people's comments and putting up videos and looking at other people's reactions. So I want a little bit of that. But I really enjoyed watching the seasons together on DVD when I bought them after watched them. So I sort of thought I'll do that. So I haven't actually watched an episode yet. I don't know what's happening. I don't know how it's ending. But it's ending, and I'm a little disappointed because I was looking forward to spending more time with the girls, and we got 2 years. I enjoyed them. I'm going to enjoy this last year, but I was expecting more, so I'm a bit disappointed. But they did say it was the end of this chapter, not the end. It doesn't mean she won't be back. There isn't more stories to tell. And sometimes you do need some space to grow, for the characters to grow, for them to have new stories and a new perspective and something to see. That's one of the things I've liked about Sex and the City. It was a TV series, and it was movies. That was another series in a different format and a different time, and it was good to see the girls grow and their lives. These characters just continue living and expanding, and it was interesting. And who knows what will come next? But won't be another season immediately after this. But yeah, so a little disappointed, a little bit sad, but glad they're ending it on their terms, how they want. They didn't get cancelled, like in a few years, because, a lot of shows, even if they start off well, they sort of, the audience dwindles, and sometimes the story isn't finished, but it gets cancelled anyway. So at least they didn't have that ending. They've ended it how they want, when they felt. And I guess we'll be watching it soon. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of, and just like that ending, just like that.